Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of G&A Podcast. This is your host, Sober Oni, along with...
Doobie-doo desu.
And we are here for another wonderful, wonderful week in the world of anime. Specifically, Winter 2018 anime.
Can you believe it was literally a year when we started this? Like, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, I was looking back and it was like, oh, we're on episode 58. And I'm like, shit, that's 58 weeks of anime reviews that we did. That's crazy.
That's so awesome. And just like any other week, I cannot wait to get into it. So let's just jump right in and start with...
Violet Evergarden, episode 6.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you finished my sentence because I was definitely thinking Overlord. So I was just like, I forget which one. So I'm just going to let him say it for me.
Yeah, I was going to go into Overlord II only because this episode was unremarkable to me. And I would have not remembered this was an episode if it was not right in front of me on AniChart.
Ouch.
Yeah, pretty harsh. But it was just such a letdown of an Remember when last week's episode ended where she met the brother on the docks and he's like,
okay, that's like my big problem with the episode, that they just like kind of just glossed over that. Like, I almost thought I imagined it at some point.
Yeah, I had to go back and look. I'm like, wait, did we skip an episode or something? Because that was the biggest cockblock of the season.
Yeah, so Violet Evergarden, potential greatest cuck of 2018.
It reminded me of that Katana Gachari preview episode where they previewed like this giant ass fight and stuff, and then the next episode was actually just kind of slice of life. It was like a totally different side story. But yeah. No, this was not on that level, but this was the cockblock wasn't the worst cockblock of all time, but still the episode that followed from it, this episode was so unremarkable compared to last week's episode. Like, I don't remember the dude's name. Who was the dude? Was Leon or something?
Leon. Yeah. Okay. Someone who doesn't remember it. Leon. I think he was Leon or something like that.
Like, if it was any other show, this would have been a great episode. But the standard for Violet Evergarden, based on the past like 3 episodes in a row, has been so high that this one is just it's just a letdown. Like, I didn't feel as interested in Leon or his story. It kind of felt tacked on. Like, he was abandoned, and they could have done so much more with the idea that he's an orphan and she's an orphan. I don't know. Just felt like a forced romantic. Like, we need to give Violet some kind of romantic interest real quick, and they're both orphans, so
I don't know. Oh, wow. I just noticed something really crazy, and I will get to that later. Remind me. But
was it about Violet Evergarden?
No. It's about Overlord. Remind me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we have a lot of crazy shit to talk about with Overlord.
But, I don't know. I thought Leon's character was cute. I thought he's cute. You know, you don't see a male tsundere often.
I mean, he was nice. The tsundere aspect of him was... I just feel like he was nowhere near as compelling a character as the princess from last week.
Okay.
Or any of Violet's friends.
He wasn't, yes. It was a soft episode, but it was... I don't know. It was still enjoyable. I don't know. I liked... Like, you know, just like if it was assumed that... I'm pretty sure if this was flipped and Violet was a guy and Leon was a girl, you'd have something totally different to say.
Because for half the episode I thought Leon was a girl. And I still didn't like him when I thought he was a girl. I thought that was going to be the flip. I was like, oh, that's what the shoe drop is going to be. Leon's actually a woman. But no. That would have been much more interesting.
Well, whatever.
I did like all of Violet's little... Like, I love her sassy moments, like when she was telling off the people who are shit-talking Leon.
Mm.
And she, like, put them on some serious burn notice. Well, if you're worried about people's company, you probably shouldn't be hanging around me because I'm also an orphan, so fuck off.
Yeah.
She said it in much more elegant terms, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that can constitute as a burn. Like, it's like, well, you're an orphan. Oh, well.
I mean, she kind of told them off, though.
Yeah, she did in a very Violet-ish way. I don't know. just the things that she said when they were watching when they were watching the. Sorry, it's as Leon said, it's not a star, it's a comet.
What?
I know. Did that not remind you of fucking Fuko from Clannad?
No, it didn't. I would never associate Fuko with Leon or anything he says.
I don't know. That was really cute. I
think the difference is that I found Leon unremarkable and you just found him adorable.
Yeah. I think that's why. I just found his character
which is
adorable.
What happens with episodic shows like this is they're so reliant on you liking the new character of the episode that if you don't like the character, you're not gonna like the episode. And I kind of just was like whatever towards Leon, so I'm like whatever towards this episode.
Yeah, and I thought he was like super cute, so I really liked this episode. And furthermore, I like that one point. Sorry, besides him saying that, when him and Violet are having that heavy conversation, and Violet says some really heavy shit. Like,
I liked when she was like, when he asked her the question, like, if if that person you love was in trouble, would you go? And then she like pauses. He's like, oh, it must be hard to answer. He's like, no, I would definitely go. I just would try to find a way to not hurt your feelings about it.
Yeah, I just I just have to find a way to apologize to you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she said, oh, that person's existence is my world. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I was like, wow, so this is going to end in her suicide. Building up to that moment, I see. I'm telling you, I'm really thinking this guy's still up. Gilbert must still be alive. They're pushing this thing way
I know, the
too
whole
hard.
that he's dead, yeah. I'm starting to feel that too. But yeah. Overall, at least I liked it.
It was
I don't know. If you're into traps, you may like Leon too.
I definitely feels a lot weaker than last week's though.
It was, but I still liked it. It wasn't just because it's not as good as last week doesn't mean it sucked.
No. It was alright. It was whatever to me. I didn't say it sucked. I just wasn't impressed by it, and it cock-blocked me out of a better premise for another episode. So I'm pretty upset about it.
That's super hard.
Anyway, you know what didn't cock-block me was Overlord Season 2, Episode 6.
Oh, boy.
This was a fucking episode that I was not expecting in the least.
Ooh, man. It's hard out here for a hoe.
Jesus Christ. They did not hold back on her life story.
Diagnosis?
Like, the scene where Solution is, like, listing off all her diseases and problems.
So, she's got syphilis, chlamydia, broken ribs, hemorrhaging.
They were, like, anal fissures. Like, Jesus. And they're like, well, can you heal it? Oh, yeah, no problem. I can heal it in, like, 5 minutes. Yeah. But, yeah. No.
But the question is, do I want to?
Oh, yeah. I'm loving the, I guess the theme for this season is kind of just the, how much can the Nazarick NPCs think for themselves. So I'm interested in what Solution
that is her name.
Yeah, Solution is going to be to the
first
whole
of all,
thing.
can we just before we go on, can we just talk about how like over the top some of their names are, like, just unnecessary.
I love Sebastian's name is Sebastian, and then his last name is Chen.
That's the only one that I approve of.
I am Sebastian.
Tian. That was pretty good.
That's great.
That's a great name for a butler character.
Mm-hmm. You gotta remember, their names were created by, like, random people who are playing the game, so it's, like, another layer of it to it.
Exactly. So I understand, but what you would call it, the NPC who fights, you know how they focus on that guy, the NPC who fought, what's her name? Shaltier, yeah.
Yeah, Brain Unglass.
Brain Unglass. The fuck is
Listen,
is a Brain Unglass?
It's a very common
his
medieval
partner
name.
something Stronov. Like, the fuck? You could've just...
It's a very common. you never.
It's not even Brian. It's not even Brian. It's Brain. It is Brain.
Brain Unglaus. But I actually kind of like the name, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's so stupid and unique that it's kind of just like memorable.
So extra.
I remember the name more than I remember his character, so that's a couple of points.
Like, I don't know. It's just very... No, it's, I don't know. Stupid names like that, I can't remember their names. I have to write their names down, because it's like, what? I can't remember their names if they're named after things I used, like, terms I used in, like,
well,
school
use your
for
brain
major.
And remember. We're getting very punny this episode.
Ugh.
For example, I don't remember the princess. I don't remember the other girl's name. The girl who they found on the streets.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Me neither.
Exactly. My point. If she had a
I was like, did they give her a name?
If she had a stupid over the top name, I would have remembered it. If her name was like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very bad at naming things. But if she had a good name, I'd remember it.
Wait, I'm not... Did they reveal her name?
Yes, they gave her name. It started with a T. It was like Tarue or Tarutu or something.
I think it was like... I'm like tempted to say it was like Tules or something like that. Because that's exactly what her name would be, Tules. Like...
No, I would remember that.
Fucking... Yeah, of course you would. Oh my god.
But yeah,
also, I totally forgot... Yeah, I totally forgot that Sebas was like a character. He was like a character, right?
Yeah, he was a major character in part. Well, I wouldn't say major. He was a good character in part.
Exactly. Like I just forgot that he existed, and then I remembered slowly but surely.
I like how they're doing their own thing in another part of the world too.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious as to why he's going so hard.
For the hooker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say slave. I think she was more of a slave than a hooker. Like, I don't think she became a hooker. I think she was forced into prostitution from being a slave, is my leading theory on the matter.
Okay.
I want to get politically correct here, but...
A slave prostitute. Excuse me.
Excuse me, sir. She's a slave prostitute, not a hooker. She didn't choose this lifestyle.
Exactly. It was chosen for her.
Yeah, I chose it for her. That's mean. But that was good. I also like the second part of the episode with the other squad.
Oh, you mean the ninja girls just like burning shit?
That was another thing. There's now drugs in this world, I guess. Oh yeah, she was also addicted to a drug. That was the other thing that she had going for her.
Oh yeah, which is probably black dust.
Yeah.
Like, so, that's the name of the drug, black dust.
Is it black dust for real?
It's actually called black dust.
That's kind of uncreative.
Not to be confused with the shadow crack from Fate
Void
Grand
dust.
Order.
Not to be confused with void. I'm totally gonna call it void dust from now on. Then
I definitely call it void dust shadow crack.
Anyway, this new kind of black cracky substance is now sweeping across, and the Illuminati is...
The Illuminati has problems with that.
I'm like, this whole episode, we didn't even get to the part where the Illuminati just shows up and like, someone's interfering with our crack ring, and our slave ring, and our tough guy stuff. Like, they just have a bunch of different, what was it, the 8 fingers?
Something like that.
I think that made fingers, and then like one of them is character. Like one character. No, it was the 8 fingers, and then one character was like, I have a team called the 6 Fists or the 6 Arms.
Yes, like, it's something with lots of numbers.
Yeah, it's like
I'm obviously very confused.
The 10 toenails. We're making up the whole body here, guys.
The 7 eyes.
This is gonna be crazy. I'm curious to see how their whole role in it is, because I'm pretty sure Sebastian is probably just still stronger than everyone there put together.
Oh yeah, he's probably just gonna be like, ho ho, I am Sebastian, go Shadow, and then they all just explode.
And Solution's gonna be there too, so.
I
am liking Solution. Solution's kind of, I don't know, I like her kind of personality.
Oh no, she's just so like, oh, I should just kill this fucking...
I really feel like she's gonna do something crazy. Like, she is gonna try to kill this girl.
I'm like, I think Sebastian's gonna be like, okay, solution. Here's people you can actually kill. Like, go kill them.
So this was a no holds barred episode, and I liked it. It was very. I'm liking the setup for this arc, as opposed to the way the lizard arc started was kind of slow. This one feels like, oh shit, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I think with that we can move on. Yeah.
With that we can move on. Oh god, we can move on to Card Captor Sakura Clear Card Hen, episode 7.
Excuse you. Excuse you.
No. I just said that to trick you. It was alright. It was a decent episode. This felt a lot more like
this is one of the very rare moments where I am going to split my episode of the week.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Somebody keep tally of how many times you split your episode of the week. I feel like this is like the 5th time you've done it.
No more than 5 times. No more than 5 times. Another rare moment where I split my voice. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just really like this episode because once again, I'm just a sucker for old Sakura. Like, I'm a sucker for old Sakura, and this kind of fits the mold, especially when Lee gets involved, which you've been asking for.
This felt a lot like it was an older Card Captors episode, which is great because you got that sense of her actually having to chase the card, the card having like a unique strategy to capture it. Well, it wasn't unique. She just had to chill out and not force herself on the card.
Yes, because another huge thing that they haven't been incorporating much into the series, which was a huge part of the last series, is that, you know, certain cards have like a lot of personality. Like, I don't know, for example, the fighter card was just like, like obnoxious. And, that was a good episode. I don't know, there were other cards that were just like silly or like playful. You know, this card wasn't the only one. So also, I was very happy.
Did you notice the one thing that separates this episode from all the bad episodes? Where were her friends?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a good episode because our friends weren't involved. Thank God.
Yep, we just had Tomoe and Sakura and Lee, like it should be. Yep. Carol Barrow's doing some fun I love Carol.
He really makes the show in a lot of ways.
The way it opened and they're all on the call and then they're like, Carol, aren't you in the room with Sakura? He's like, no, I am, but this is more fun.
Oh God, he's so stupid. He's a great character.
Also, Flight feels like the definitive Sakura power. Like, this is like her main thing, right?
Yeah. She always at some point gets like a card that allows her to fly. Always.
Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about any of the I feel like she's just gonna use this all the time. This is gonna be like the main go-to card from now on.
Oh yeah, probably. Like, at first I was like, oh my God, really? The card's called Flight, but yeah, she had to get it. She literally had to get it at some point.
I love how we've updated the technology for the season. So now we have Samoyo's army of drones.
Now we have drones. Now we have Skype.
Skype and drones. How many years have passed since the first season?
It's been well over a decade. Like,
I mean, in story.
Oh, in story?
It's been like,
they went from having, probably been like a year top.
They went from having not even cell phones to having fucking smartphones and drones.
Yup, we're like, this is just more fun if we do this, and we're not gonna talk about it.
Exactly.
And you know what? I don't care.
Me either. This is not a show I'm gonna hold to the bounds of like realism. I don't care if it goes super crazy. I'm fine with that.
Exactly. I don't know. I just liked it because it was just good old fashioned like I often shit on like slice of life animes because I find a lot of them not interesting or not enough to keep me hyped or like entertained. But like, of all the slice of life, that like it's Sakura that I'd watch. Like, I don't know, she just does it for me.
Yeah. Tomoyo and Sakura together are always, like, one of the best pairs to me.
Yeah. Also, I love how, like, they're kind of, like, bring up the fact that, you know, Tomoyo, like, might have to, like, compete with the record card because
I thought
card.
she was just going to give her the record card, too. I was like, oh, they're just going to give Tomoyo the record card, and so Tomoyo's going to record everything.
Tomoyo doesn't have any magic.
I know, but Sakura could just be like, record, follow Tomoyo. Follow Tomoyo's orders or whatever. But, I also... Was that Tomoyo's mother that comes in the room and, like, totally loses her mind?
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot Tomoyo's mom. Gosh, she's still creepy after all these years. She
literally just starts... Sakura!
She's still kind of obsessed with her because she's still not over the death of Sakura's mom, aka her cousin.
Like, losing her fucking mind. That was great.
Yeah, I feel like this is what would happen, like, you know, if Citrus ended in death and one of them had a baby for no reason. But yeah, speaking of
episodes of the week and Citrus.
Yeah.
I'm going to split my episode of the week, since Drew can do it as many times as he wants, apparently. I'm going to split my episode of the week between Citrus and one other show.
This and what?
One other show. We'll get to it when we get to it. But
really? Wow. Okay.
Citrus this week was...
At least I have a reason.
I do too. Citrus this week was absolutely amazing.
Do you?
I do. Citrus was absolutely amazing because we got Matsuri. And Matsuri is what I... Remember when you didn't like Momo? I feel like this is what you were expecting Momo to be.
I know...
And I was kind of like, oh, Momo's got some chill to her. Matsuri has no fucking chill.
Yeah, I'm kind of here for it. I'm here for it. I like Matsuri a lot.
I don't mind her because I like her in the sense that she spices up things. Her character, though, is kind of like, she's necessary. I'll live with until she does something all over the top. Like if she comes into school and like stabs May or something.
Oh my god. Let's hope not.
Which is totally in her character to do, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like she's only a hop, skip, and a jump away.
But the amount of like tension in this episode when she showed up at the school and May shows up, that was perfect. That was great.
That scene was amazing.
Yeah. I was waiting any second some shit was gonna go off. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? They played it so well.
Oh my god, they played it so well. And then May being jealous. Oh gosh, she's so cute, playing with the bear.
She was just like gripping the bear's paws and like rubbing it. And I'm like, oh. Even Yuzu being super boss is like, oh my god, she's so adorable. So yeah, I loved how they handled May being jealous because it's not like she's overtly jealous, but you can clearly see she's jealous.
Yeah. I love how Matsuri literally was just like, oh yeah, I just send nude pics to old men, like whatever.
Did you notice what's her friend's name? Harumin's reaction. She was just kind of like, just one of them bitches.
Yeah, no, Harumin. See, and that's why my girl Harumin is the best.
Harumin is so fucking great.
She knew from day one. She said, do not be alone with her. I don't trust her.
And she's like trying to break it up the whole time. She's like, listen, we need to send this girl home. We're not getting involved with her. Next day at school, she's like, listen, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, Yuzu, but tips, life tips, this girl's not good. She's like the best friend you can ever have.
I want Harumin to be my friend.
Why aren't you here, Harumin? I need you.
Right? I need you to tell me who not to be friends with.
Yeah, I need you to help me live my life.
Oh my god.
And then Yuzu, of course, is just... I feel like Yuzu should probably... I feel like they're dumbing down Yuzu, though, is my only complaint. I don't know. I feel like she should be more on top of this than what she's kind of doing. Like, she's usually more aware of the things going on around her.
Is she?
A little bit. Like,
is she? I think she's kind of, like, her being kind of dumb is her character.
I don't know. She's usually more aware. Like, with the whole thing with May trying to... The other episode, her father came back, and then May was trying to push herself on her, and she's like, nope, you're not using me as a escape mechanism and playing on my feelings. So, I don't know. I feel like she would be more aware, like, oh, something's not right with Matsuri, and there's some animosity.
Yeah, but like, you just have to get used to that, and it took us how many episodes for... like, if this was episode 1 or 2, that would have been a totally different scene.
Yeah. Alright, fair enough. And I feel like we're going to have a showdown between... It is going to be between May and Matsuri, I think.
Yeah, who else? Who else is going to be May, Matsuri, and Momo?
Yeah. Oh my god, imagine Momo. Imagine Momo and Matsuri, like, team up or some shit.
Yeah, Team Lolly. That'd
be the only time I would not be on Team Lolly's side, though. Unfortunately. I'm too much on
at least
Yuzume's side.
At least you have standards. At least you're not completely far gone.
I don't know.
Also, I love how I love the cartoon, like the drink spit.
And
Matsuri is like, oh yeah, girls make out there, right? And he just spits her drink. I'm like, oh wow.
It was a great episode.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, this week's episode of Sekaharu was brought to you by Matsuri when she holds down Yuzu in the karaoke room.
And also when she pulled her in front of May to make out with her.
Oh yeah, that too.
So.
And then Yuzu's just like, oh my god, you're just such a little sister. Could you just stop? And I'm just like, Yuzu, how many little sisters do you need? Oh, Yuzu.
Everyone's my little... Is that like her code word for girlfriend?
Yeah, right.
It's just my little sister. These little
sisters. Oh god, just like Sayonji from Oh no! What's the name of the anime? Wait. From Show Bitch.
Oh yeah. Who would ever thought we'd bring Show Bitch into Citrus? We found the connection.
Yep. They're all little sisters to them. I was gonna say little sisters to us, but I'm just like, oh, sorry, not my, not my forte. I roll. Yeah.
Speaking of little sisters, let's go even smaller and talk about lolies because they're only a hop, skipping away.
What is with these very easy segues?
I know, and let's go into Yo no Oshigoto episode 7.
Even though I'm about to just straight out just talk about 6. A gay man. Which is great because I love that Yaichi is, like, he is struggling against a guy who's gay. And at first, I was like, okay, that apparently, like, I don't know, I think they suggested that Yaichi lost just because the gay man was like, oh my god, I'm gonna play, like, mind games with you and be all super gay. Which was cool, but also was just like, I don't want him just to be like, oh, he's just a shogi player who acts really gay to win.
It's like the best power. I don't think they were implying that. It was like his shogi power is just to, like, flirt with the guys and then they lose.
Exactly, but that's not the case. He's actually a really good shogi player who's just good at playing different styles. So I really appreciate that they put a gay character who's, like, also just really good at shogi enough to beat Yaichi.
See, this show is fair. This show is very fair. I mean, not to women, but
Speaking of Keika.
Oh, I love how the episode opened up with a really lewd joke in the bathhouse scene.
What was the joke?
About Ginkgo being shaven and then probably being extra points for Yaichi. I guess the innuendo being that he likes little girls.
Oh. I totally missed that.
Really? That was the highlight of the episode for me. Go figure. Go figure. The bathhouse scene was the highlight of the episode for me. The rest of the episode, that was pretty good. The whole mini training arc, like the montage of learning Shuri.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yaichi, trying to be an all-rounder, just like Yaichi. Yaichi. I don't know the name of the gay guy. I just call him the gay guy.
Fair enough.
I probably should have said his name at some point. Let's see.
He's a more creative name.
Whoa!
If his name was Brain Unglaus, you would remember it.
No, I wouldn't. I had to write down the name because the name was so stupid. Oh yeah, why is Char, which is like the fucking 6-year-old, why is she literally going around places unattended?
Why is everyone going around places unattended? They went to the shogi house unattended.
And no, like maybe the little kids, like that's you can stretch that very thinly, but you can stretch that. I don't see a group of
9-year-olds around the city by themselves.
But then. Yeah. Oh, where's my 6-year-old child going? Oh, with a bunch of 9-year-olds. Oh, they're gonna.
Don't worry, she's well cared for. There's a bunch of 9-year-olds there to look after her.
Like, why is she going everywhere unaccompanied by adults? And the other ones, while we're at it, this doesn't make any sense. I'm very not okay. It makes me not comfortable.
Well, you got to stretch the limits of your imagination for this. The bounds of your reason.
Just fucking pay the animator $10 more to put in a random adult A.
Just not even colored in. He's just like a sketch of a person, like a stick figure. Like in
the animes where they like have like the figure but they don't have a face. Like, yeah, just do that.
I love how Yaichi was just unapologetically a lolicon this episode when he got all of them to step on his back.
What back?
Mm-hmm.
That was so triggering because like my boyfriend steps on my other boyfriend's back when his back is like, messed up, and I always get kind of like when I see that happen because I'm thinking like, he's about to like kill my other boyfriend, but and I just see this, I'm just like, you know what? If you do die, you do deserve this.
I feel like I don't know how much 9-year-olds weigh, but I don't know if having like 3 9-year-olds and a 6-year-old on your back stepping on you would necessarily feel good. I feel like that's still a significant amount of weight on your back, crushing you.
Listen, that's what I think every time I see my boyfriend's doing the back massage.
I can't do back massage. I can't. I can't have people step on me. That feels I feel too vulnerable there.
I am literally just so tiny. I am so tiny. I feel like I would actually just die.
I don't want my rib cage to be like crap because
right.
Some little girl decided to step too hard on my back. First off, they don't have any kind of masseuse training. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just stomping on her back. They're not hitting any key points or anything.
Yeah, God, I hope he gets arrested.
Don't worry, Ginkgo's got him in check.
Right. Oh yeah, she sure did. I like when Mio lost eye. That was a very awkward moment, which is also a very good.
That was a good learning lesson type of thing that most sports anime don't even touch on.
It's like, wow, so there's a gap. Like, so this person's just better than you.
Mm-hmm. It's like us with Shadowverse.
What do you mean?
Where you totally destroy me? Oh, not even Shadowverse. No. Magic.
No, not so much. Not,
or Pokemon.
Not Shadowverse.
You are the eye of Pokemon, and I'm Mio.
That's not true. Mm-hmm. You just literally just don't know anything about Pokemon, so it's not your fault.
I hope you went crying to your sensei after you beat me in Pokemon.
No, I basked in the glory of just another fun defeat. Well, and then at some point became empty because you were just...
I is a caring, gentle soul.
And then at some point, my victory just became hollowed and empty.
Well, that's you. Ai's a good girl, so she felt bad for crushing her friend's soul.
Yeah, and then Yaichi, which for once in his life, he does something appropriate and says like, "Hey, this is a fucking game. You want to win, right?"
Yeah, that was actually a really good moment that he didn't just like indulge her. Kind of, it was a good parenting moment, I guess. If you wanted to paint him as like her father figure, and like teaching her like, listen, this is the part you got to accept about winning, that there's going to be a loser. So does that mean you're just going to stop winning? Do you want to be the loser?
I don't know, because there are times where I play Shadowverse against my boyfriend, and there are times where I'm considering just throwing the game. Mm-hmm. And at first, I would tee make like, oh, I made a mistake, ha ha ha, and then I'm just like, but he's not gonna get better if I just keep making mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just gonna crush him, and then at some point, even though I won't lie, it took a while, he will learn as to why I'm crushing him, and then he'll make adjustments.
He will learn to save those evolve points.
Which I don't, and I still win. Just say you don't have to save
all that to say, this was a good episode of Ryuuou.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Also, I love how like at the end of the episode, the gay dude was just like, ha ha ha, you thought you were cute, but I'm probably still gonna beat you up.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, you did that whole montage, that training for a week. Well, good thing I figured out how to beat that strategy last night.
Yeah, right?
So, get fucked.
Get fucking wrecked. Speaking of characters to get fucking wrecked, let's move on.
Yes, perfect.
Fate.
Let's talk about Fate Extra. Wow, Fate Extra Last Encore, episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was the... Alright, so we watched this episode twice.
Yeah, I don't actually need any notes for it.
And I think we're going to have... This is my other episode of the week, in case you guys couldn't tell.
Huh.
But I think we're going to have a huge differing opinion on this episode, because the first time we watched it, I was kind of on Drew's side, where I'm like, alright, this was a step down from the second episode. It was meh. It was kind of really... Like, it felt bad. But the second time I watched it, with the patrons... The second time we watched it, I enjoyed it a lot more, and I kind of got what it was going for, and it ended up being, obviously, one of the best shows I saw this week.
I won't go that far. I understand. I also understand where Oni's coming from. I like seeing it the second time because I don't know. I feel like the first time we watch it, because everyone's like really busy, and we're all like just like, making jokes and saying shit, and just kind of just like watching.
Drinking and going crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and then the second time I'm like paying attention to it, kind of ish, only because like I literally was like getting ready for work while I was watching, but like it was good. It's just a Drake fight. That's just such a glaring.
So that's the biggest weakness with this episode, was the Drake fight at the end was like all of
like,
2 to 3
good
minutes.
Episode, fine. Like I see it now, it's great.
The next week, yeah.
It feels
like
and
that's what scares me, because the fact that they didn't do that makes me think, oh, this is gonna be like a 12 episode anime, and they're gonna it feels like this because they're gonna rush through it and give every servant like 2 episodes or something, and that's gonna be really, really potentially bad. This Fate Extra needs to be 24 episodes, even if you're not adapting the source material, like they're not. It feels way too rushed if you did it in 12 episodes. There's too much to cover. If Fate Apocrypha gets 24 episodes, this gets 24 episodes. Let's put it that way. I could have told Fate Apocrypha in about 12 episodes. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I get what they're going for, because, yeah, the episode it was very info dumpy. Like, the first 2/3 of the episode are just exposition, and it's cute, nice exposition, because you have Rin there, and you have Nero there, and she's umooing and all that shit, and it looks nice. You have head tilts, but it's still just mostly 2 characters talking to each other, 3 characters talking to each other, with nothing going on.
in
and then
the
like,
very
the
typical
last
Shaft fashion.
quarter, the last third of it is the Shinji dialogue, which is better, and then like the last 2 minutes is the Drake fight, which is great. It was a great fight. It just
debatable.
2 minutes.
It was not a great. No,
I mean it was a great fight.
it was a great 2 minutes. I've seen better. All she did was see a bunch of lasers from her cannons. Umu got.
I don't get why Drake lost.
This
is my problem with it.
Bitch, your guess is as good as mine. And all that happened, Umu got shot down by a bunch of lasers. She gets a kiss from the main dude, who somehow just knew that he had to dive down to kiss her. Imperial privilege, dodging some lasers, slash attack, dead. Like, the fact that I just literally said it, what happened, in all of, like, 5 seconds, that's my problem.
So my biggest problem was Drake has X-rank luck. Her gun jams and then Nero slices her across the room. But that shouldn't happen. You have X-rank luck. Your gun should never jam. Anyway, that part aside, the thing is, this is not a friendly... This is not you can't go into this show not knowing about Fate Extra. Because I think the reason, and they kind of sort of hint at this, why Hakuno knows to kiss Nero is he seems to have memory of like past attempts at playing the game, because you can kind of see him, like he remembers his other previous deaths, so he probably knows that this is another reincarnation of him and he has to do mana transfers with Nero to get her powerful. So yeah, that part seemed, that's at least what I got, because he was having a little flashback moment when he was talking to Rin. And then the other parts, this feels like a mystery. It doesn't feel like like an action show like all the other Fate anime are, like
Oh god, and I'm like, and that scares me.
And that can be, this feels like that's not what this is trying to be. This is trying to be like Monogatari type of story where it's, or not even, maybe more, even less action oriented than Monogatari and more mystery oriented. Like there's a mystery going on. Why are certain characters acting the way they are? What is Hakuno? You'll notice that Rin has two. She says she doesn't have a command, or she says her servant's gone, yet she still has her command seals, but she only has one command seal. So she used the other two. So that's part of a mystery. That's stuff that's never explicitly said, but you see it. And because it's a Shaft show, I feel like it's going to get...
I have a question, because apparently just all the laws are so fucking different in Fate Extra. So can't you just have like use two seals on your servant, then your servant dies or is sold or whatever, and you just have one left?
Well, so I'm trying to figure out if your servant dies, do you lose all the...
I'm pretty sure. Well, okay,
because
I don't know. Like once again, I don't know because it's Fate Extra, but I know in other ones it's possible, because I know you can, if you can lose your servant and be coupled.
Yeah, you can.
Then it's only at least in my mind, it only makes sense that you still retain your command seals, because that means you still have the right to be a master.
I think you can, because you can still, you still have the right to be a master, but there's also the aspect of at the end of the episode when Shinji is dying, Drake tells him, if you break our contract, you'll stay alive, which I guess would imply if Rin lost her servant, she must have broke the contract with him before she died. So that's another layer to it. I don't know if she like betrayed her servant or something. So I don't know, that's the kind of show this is. It's one of the shows where it's like, okay, there's like this underlying story of something is going on, but it's not telling you what it is, and it feels like something's going to happen in a second. So it feels a lot more like a mystery than it does an action drama or anything like the other Fate shows are. So I guess you could say, all I have to say is, if you're going to go into Fate Extra for the action, I think you're going to be disappointed. Yeah, don't do that. We haven't gotten any really good action. All the action scenes have lasted less than a minute.
The most action-y scenes that we've seen is when literally all the students get slaughtered.
So don't go into it for the action necessarily. Go into it for the characters, and you're going to have to analyze all the scenes and look for all the little clues and every little detail and see if you can piece together some bigger mystery. which I'm fine with. I like those types of shows.
I like those kind of shows. I like those kind of shows, just not for Fate. I'm not sure if it's translating.
Nah. I mean, it's not a path. They should still have some good actions. Like, if they continue this thing where they, like, rush it and every servant only gets 2 episodes and the fight scenes are only, like, a minute and a half long, then that's gonna suck. Majorly. Yeah. But I'll give them a pass this one time for the Drake thing, because I think it's interesting what they're setting up. Even though Drake is probably the most major servant, so you pretty much just shit on one of the major extra servants. So that kind of sucks. You could have done a lot more with Drake.
Usually the writers are very good, so... it's a shame. Speaking of shames, let's wrap things up with Gendo Guardian, which was just...
Oh, fuck, you're right. We have to talk about Gendo Guardian. I forgot that show existed. Oh, fuck that shit.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, this episode was actually pretty decent.
It was just like action. This one guy who, because we all thought it was going to be, the only thing I like about it that we all thought it was going to be, Sujin versus this guy. Sujin's going to do something super cool and then he's going to win. But no, this guy, even though he's not a 1 billion player, he's actually like super strong. Could have killed Sujin multiple times if it wasn't for literally like 4 other people intervene.
Mm-hmm. Just coming out of nowhere to save him.
Like, this guy literally was like, actually, he wasn't just like crazy strong. He was just like, no, he actually was crazy strong. But like, he was crazy and strong.
Unironically, this show actually does the whole MMO thing better than Sword Art Online does. Because I actually feel like I'm watching an MMO when I'm watching the show, as opposed to Sword Art Online, where there's no reason for it to be an MMO, because it never makes any references to them being in a game, hardly ever, outside of like saying, if you die in the game, you die in real life. So, for as far as that goes, I think this episode of Gendo Guardian was actually pretty good, because it established the whole, I guess, how the game works. Like, all the people have titles, and you get a certain title. This dude's a doctor because he made 1,000 health potions. This other guy mastered all the types of magic you can learn in the game, and all that kind of shit, which is really cool. If they fleshed out that concept more, and they weren't just doing a dumb story, and the show was like based around it, that'd be pretty cool. To have like characters who got special titles for doing special in-game missions. Yeah,
also, I love how the guy literally is like, here's my super ability. I just get really big. And I'm like, he's really big. They're going to have some hard times with that. And then he's like, I also get a giant Tommy gun. Yeah. I'm like, why do you need a Tommy gun when you're already a giant?
Yeah. Random shit like that is why the show is the room.
Yeah, agreed. Gave him a giant Tommy gun. Oh my god! And then of course at the end, when they all should have been blown away, Sujin saves them all with his Sharingan. It's literally it looks like I'm gonna get your Sharingan. Like, I'm surprised they're not getting sued. That's very ballsy of them.
In the other episode, I forgot to mention, I think it was last week's episode, there was a scene where this dude has a scouter, and he does the whole it's over 9,000 thing. But it wasn't even creative. It wasn't like, it looked like they literally just copied and pasted the scouter from
scan his power level, and it just breaks, just like...
Mm-hmm. I'm like, shit, they're gonna fucking sue Gendo Guardian.
They're just seeing how far as they can go. Like, at some point...
I feel like the show has become self-aware that it's just a shonen like parody, and it's just like next week they're all gonna have their bantais out,
and then after that it's gonna be they're gonna for some reason someone's gonna have their super big power. They force them onto a card game.
Yo, I'd be down for like the last fight is a fucking duel monsters. Like they don't even try to hide it. They just like such a blue eyes white dragon and shit. Whatever. Fuck copyright. Fuck the rules. They have money. They're billion players.
White eyes, blue dragon.
Which, if it goes that route, I would love it if Gendo Guardian embraced the fact that it's just a parody of other shonens and just went crazy. It already embraced the fact that Suijin is basically Kirito at this point.
like, I don't know. But also that explanation. I'm actually trying to like open the sentence, and I'm just like, I don't know. I can't explain how that explanation worked when he's just like, I had my Sharingan, so my shadow.
It doesn't even matter.
Stuff and people.
It doesn't even. Like I said, it's a parody at this point. I really feel like it's just become
like
a parody.
That. Like I'm like somehow this makes even
shit.
less sense than the blood thing.
It's just parody,
and that's really hard.
How people explain
it's
their
really
abilities.
hard to make less sense than the whole blood debacle.
Yeah, I'm for it. If Gendo Guardian wants to do this thing, go for it. More power to you, Gendo Guardian. Be the horrible show you were meant to be. Embrace it.
Yeah,
don't run from
plenty
it.
Of fights.
Yes, plenty of fights. Also, maybe I wasn't paying attention at the end because I was like totally dead, like I always am at the end of Gendo Guardian. But did they just team up with the monkey guy?
Yes and no. Like, yes, as in like, oh, we'll just take you to fight this guy. Like, or I'll just take you to fight him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, cool.
Dope. Let's go. Let's go on our adventure together. Even though I was just trying to kill you for the whole episode.
And then they're like,
and all your friends.
That's actually really smart. Where they're like, hey, you blood crazy person, how about this? If you don't kill us, you can fight our boss, who's a billion player. So that's actually really smart of them. And his stupid ass was like, okay.
It is. It's still hilarious. Even when the show does something smart, it's funny.
Oh gosh.
All right, I think that wraps up all the shows for this week. That was a pretty good week after going through all the shows. Lots of good animation this week. Anything you want to add to it?
Can't wait for next episode of Cardcaptor Sakura, where it's going to be 10 minutes of her friends. And I literally just...
they gotta make up for it somehow.
I'm gonna fucking die.
It's going to be a side story that's just her friends. It's not even have Sakura.
I literally skipped that entire part.
I can't wait for the next episode of Fate Extra, because people have already flooded me on Discord with Umu pictures, so... That's going to be a fun episode to watch. And if you want to watch it along with us, you can contribute to us via Patreon. As you see the names of our contributors on the screen right now, all these people have contributed to us on Patreon or YouTube, and we watch Fate Extra with them every week on Friday and Sunday. So if you want to be a member, donate to us on Patreon. And Drew, do you have anything else you want to add?
Boo Team Lolly. Team May and Yuzu all the way.
That was unnecessary, but thank you for your incorrect opinions. And this has been Sober Oni, along with
Ryuuou. Also, if you like this video, by all means, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Twitter. Check out Discord.
Yes, do that.
And all that other stuff. That's Sober Oni, forgot to mention.
Yes, that stuff too. All right.
Bye.
Later.